So first things first, what I'm going to use, the 5 things I'm going to use this time are tissue paper, and I have a couple here, plus this is the bleeding art paper, quite a few different colors in there. Don't know what I'm going to use just yet. So I have a few tissue papers. I'm thinking I want to use my bowl of silks. I haven't used them in a little while, probably in a long while. I'm thinking maybe some rub-ons. I don't know just yet. These are, I just pulled out a few. So you can see this one is pretty well used. There is the number 5. That might have to go on. I have some chipboard pieces, letters, numbers here. Plus I think there's a key, and then there's another key in there. I might use those. That might be one of them. Then I have some inks here. Just regular FW inks. And what was the last one? Metal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. Anyway. So for right now, I'm just going to gesso over this, because I had some bleed over from the last project I did. So I'm going to gesso over this, and we'll start. What I want to do, I'm messy already. What I want to do is put some papers down. As you can see, I put it on in a haphazard manner. I didn't care about how I got it on. What I wanted was some texture from this. As a matter of fact, let's get that glop. Use everything. So I just wanted some texture from it. And what I'm doing now is actually, I'm going to put, for some strange reason, I'm going to put black gesso on both sides of here. We'll see in a minute. I'm just tearing a piece of freezer paper to put underneath here whilst that dries down below. And we'll see how this one works. Whoops. I'm not being very deliberate. And if some of it travels onto this other side where the white is, don't mind that either. So next step is tissue paper. I've just torn off a few pieces and I'm just going to see where I want to put them now, actually. when you put down tissue paper, they're so fragile. You really need to be kind of careful how you adhere them. And when you go over with your when you go over with your glue, which in my case is gel medium, you want to be gentle. Because it can tear and pull. And if that's not what you want, that's what you're going to get. I like how that's showing up right there. I'm gonna have to get some more of this pink tissue paper. And just because you like it doesn't mean it's gonna fit. Although I like how it's showing up, I don't like how it sits there, so that'll be the only one we get. They do bleed. Look at that. I've never had it bleed on me before, so it's interesting to see it actually bleed. I'm getting some more black. Let's see if I want to put it anywhere else. I'm thinking that's it. So we'll let this dry and see what comes next. Don't know what I'm doing, but I've got this color silk. So I'm stumped because I want to keep my white shapes here for white space, but my instinct is just to go over it. So I have to see what I want to do. I'll have to see. Be right back. Okay, so now that I'm not going to use the inks, I still have one more thing to use. So I've decided to color some molding paste with silks. So far I've used two things: silks and tissue paper. So we're just going to see how this comes out. All right. Let's get this in some water. I'll be right back. So I let that dry, and the ends were bothering me, so I cut off the ends there. And now I am seeing what else I can do. So I've got this one out now. This one, it's called Olive Vine. So now what I'm doing is just dipping, let's see if I can show you this. Just dipping my brush in a little bit of water, and then the end in the cap, and just going along the edge. I find it really hard to work with white space. My eye needs to see color everywhere. And although the white space is to help your eye move across the page, this is probably the only time that I can do a jumble of stuff. My gesso piece, it's coming out here and here. I do like what's happening here. The tissue paper actually bled through the molding paste right there, so the lines are coming forward. So I turned it off to do something, and I forgot to turn it back on again. So I just continued, didn't even realize. So here's the finished. Don't think or judge, just listen. So there's rub-ons all over. And I didn't want to leave this blank or put anything on the back of it, so I scrunched up some tissue with lettering and put it on the back of there. And then I just added doodles all over in black ink and in white ink to take up space but not crowd it. So in the end, as you can see, I filled up the whole sheet. White space and me just don't go together. I just cannot do it. I have to have it all covered. But I have to have it covered where there's hues or there's values. This is still a white space to me. This and this. And of course this here. That's still a white space to me. Except it's just not plain white. I have doodle over it. I've had molding paste, colored molding paste on it. So I do have spots where the eye can rest, because there's a bank of pink and a bank of pink and another bank of pink, and then we have this dark color gessoed piece in the middle. So overall I still got the blank space, or the space for the eye to rest. It's just not white. So there are the 5 things. And what are the 5 things that I used? I used these 3. Let's see if I can get these faced the right way. I used these 3. And this is the one I used to color the gesso here. Not the gesso, the molding paste. So I used that color to color the molding paste. I used tissue paper. This is the bleeding tissue paper, and I have so much of this. The other tissue I used was this one. That's the one I scrunched up. So I used tissue paper, I used silks, I used rub-ons, and I used a few rub-ons. One of my favorites is actually this one. I think I bought 3 of these, and 2 comes to each pack, so I have a lot. So I used rub-ons, and you can see I used that one there. And then a third one, which I don't know where I put it, but I used a few rub-ons. And then I used this stencil, the new Donna Downey stencil, for doing the paste through. So I used this stencil. So I think that's it. Thanks for joining me. Bye.